Hey guys, before we get started today, I just wanted to say a quick thank you to everyone who stopped by to watch the stream. If you've been enjoying this content, please feel free to leave a like. Analytics are showing that only around 5% of you are subscribed to the channel. And if you felt like going ahead and hitting the subscribe button, it would mean the world to us. Thank you.
Is it odd that I feel more comfortable here than in Solace?
I don't want to go back. I don't want to patrol this place. Solace Keep doesn't need me, but the people here, they do.
Looking so good. On your right. Nice shot. They won't get it. shoulder. Right flank! Another glorious battle. This one's mine. Let's go. Hook up, Envoy. Quiet as the depths. One for you! All you had?
Ready? Aim. Are we sure we need to be down here?
Stand back. Aye, aye.
Hey GT, good to see you, man. How you doing today?
Here it comes. Coming in hot.
Yeah.
Hell, left to right! On your right! Next one's mine! Let him through! That it?
Yeah. We make a good squad.
Take him down. Glad that's over.
Talking to Kostya, it's gotta be nice to meet someone who's happy to see adherence for a change. I can tell he's struggling against the current, which is a shame because he's looking out for his people rather than an old building. Tradition and history have their place, but I just can't see putting it ahead of the welfare of the living. But you're the envoy. I'm wondering what you think about it. Maybe so. Sometimes you just work with what you got. Rawatai's grown over the centuries through dozens of expansions, conquests, and alliances. Many were bloody and hard-won, but I still can't find myself wishing for the alternative. We wouldn't have lasted if we stayed a small Almawa tribe struggling against a barren, stormy spit of land. Some would, some wouldn't. You of all people would know there's no simple answer to that. The question is, do you really think Kostya and his people are better off sticking around here than taking their chances with Adir? Or striking out into the living lands? Perhaps there's no one who should make that decision, but someone will have to. I've got extra water in my pack if anyone needs it.
I've seen council meetings get out of control, but that one was for the books. Almost as bad as when I asked the governor for some unconventional equipment. He nearly had a heart attack. A corporeal inverter. In layman's terms, it replaces living things with dead things by killing them. Maybe it wasn't my smartest investment, but I thought it had research potential. If the steel garrote is what passes for innovative, then Solace is in deep trouble. It's remarkable, really, what people do for traditions that have lost all meaning. The garden is your birthright, and the wardens don't seem to know why they're guarding it in the first place. If anyone has a right to enter the garden, it's you. Such is the life of an envoy. The council made their choice. If they won't let you into the garden, we just have to find another way. Not before I've done some reading. That meeting of the Solace Council didn't... not go as planned.
It was a whole lot of exactly what I expected, honestly. It's all processes and traditions and arguments over texts written by non...
Symbols. There must be more to it. Oh, a traveler. Just my luck. I've got something to ask you, though. I think I've come across the discovery of a lifetime. At least I will if I can figure out this puzzle, which I cannot. Can you help me? It's all the alone time in the living archives. You end up reading some really good books. Anyway, it's like this, though. I'm in search of an oasis of fertile land and lush vegetation. I followed the energies all across the tusks, and I'm sure this is where I'm meant to go. My elders called it a waste of time. I'll show them. You and me, though. We'll show them you can find green in the tusks. What? I am here on very important business, you know. The texts say that there are traces still of that miraculous work and an oasis remains. Except I can't get inside. I don't understand the mechanisms protecting the inner chamber. Certain? No, not at all. Nothing is ever certain. But better I investigate this thoroughly than simply give up, don't you think? Activating these sigils should reveal the oasis we've been looking for. Will you? Oh, thank you. They said it was a fool's errand, but we'll show them, won't we? I'll be waiting right here. Be sure to let me know if you find anything, all right, though? How goes the puzzle solving?
Watch yourselves. Oh, no, you don't! Right flank!
Everyone okay?
We must leave.
We can't. You know we can't.
We must leave. We must leave.
We can't. They were sick. Just
Gods worthy of a god.
no! No, no! You Outlanders, help us!
You! By the gods, deliver us! They've gone mad. They're destroying everything! My monks. If they are my monks anymore, I fear they've lost themselves totally. They've changed. Their faces and hands, their screams. They're ripping our books apart.
Yeah, sounds like dream thralls. But why do they hate history? I mean, besides the obvious.
I've lost my monks and most of our books. Over the last several months, books about the garden were already going missing. But the Book of Oaths and the Book of the Before, we must hold on to those. They are already dead. But the texts, our past and future that outlives us all, they can still be saved. We recently brought the Book of Oaths to the parapet. It should still be there. And the Book of the Before should be in the main library. Now go, please. We've already lost so many precious texts.
Out and purge the fight!
scene.
Nice job, everyone.
Trespasser, we see! It in the garden!
Look like I felt that one.
Hurry in the brush!
The eyes!
Good fighting.
Thank you! Oh gods, thank you! You're a blessing, envoy. Thank the gods. Safe? I wish. Maybe soon. But I need a book. Once I have it, I can get out of here and start my life again in Solace. It's called The Book of the Before. Have you seen it? He what? Oh, no. Please, no, no. You've got to give me the book instead. Because he doesn't need it. Oh, I read it often when I first became a monk. It inspired me. I want it as a keepsake. Besides, no one else read it. No one would notice it missing. Please, just find it and bring it back. It should be somewhere in the archives proper. I'll make it worth your while. I'll be here when you've got it.
She sounds desperate. No way she's not up to something.
Trespasser. Who goes there? Hurry in the brush! Invaders in the garden! Who disturbs us?
We got them all.
The branch breaks. We see!
Devour!
Out!
Envoy, the book! I need the book.
Feed them to the end! Hurry in the brush!
Here we go!
Hurry in the brush!
We make a good squad.
You could see a ship from miles away with that.
Who disturbs us? Receive!
Arms up!
Swarm!
Take your
Devour!
best shot!
I can't keep...
Quiet as the devil.
The books. For Nandru's sake, do you have them? What is that? Let me see. This is every book that's gone missing. Dolna, were you so unhappy here that you had to do this?
The damage is probably done, but at least you can deal with the ones responsible.
I'll take care of this. I will inform the guards. They will imprison her and... Ugh, it did not have to be this way. No. It's a shock to me. I still can't believe it. But, well, there you are. Thank the gods. Let me see them. Mostly intact. Yes, the Book of Oaths is mainly intact, and the Book of the Before. Our work of rebuilding begins now. I hate to be curt, but I must ask you to leave us now. May this token show our thanks, and may Nandru's blessing find its way even to you.
If we're near Solace, that cartographer should be close, shouldn't they? armor won't hold up. Take a moment, people.
Looks like you're lost, Amaku. No one's allowed in here. Especially not outsiders. Did she know? Petru's not exactly someone Michal is feeling charitable towards right now. But with the way Mina's been knocking back ale, I can believe she would hand off a job. She's not doing well. Go ahead then. Talk to him.
You're not a warden. How did you... Wait, I remember you. From Fjord. Yes. You are a funny one. Gods, I just realized. Your face, you have the same features as Nandru. Somehow you got past the wardens to find me. Why? Who sent you? Mina? Truly? She and the others back at the keep still hold me in their prayers? I didn't dare hope. I wasn't sure what they had been told of my fate. Mihala ordered my own wardens to kidnap me. And here I've been ever since. They're loyal to a fault. Which ought to be the official motto of Solace Keep. Marius, is that you? Well, I suppose there's no reason to feign ignorance now. Thank you. It's good to see you. An excuse she's used more than once. A convenient half-truth. If you've ever been to Solace, you saw the obvious. The keep is dying. Our people are starving. And if you've read my journal, you know I was trying to counteract that. To fulfill my oath to protect Solace. I wanted to use animancy as they do in Fjord, to feed the ground and make things grow, to revitalize the keep. And it worked. I produced bountiful crops so quickly. Berries the size of a Zarib's head in a few days. Indeed. Mihala did not see it that way. She believes animancy is a danger to the Pergrunen. I took it upon myself to try it anyway. I thought that if I succeeded, I could sway our leader. I could not. I expect I shall remain here until Mihala has a spare moment to sentence me. I'm sure the punishment won't be pleasant. Once Solace turns its back on you, there is little one can do to regain its favor. Marius knows that well enough.
Well, I turned my back on Solace, but there really isn't that much of a difference.
Please, you must help me get out. Give me a chance to help the others, to feed my people. Tell the guards what you've learned. Get the key from them. Let me out, I beg you.
Let's get him out of there. He didn't do anything wrong.
So, you done talking with the prisoner? You can't be serious. You can't let him out? And I don't care. What do you think this is? A children's story? My loyalty to him ended when his loyalty to the Council did. Give me a reason not to wash my weapon in your blood. I don't need a reason not to kill you then.
Come and get me!
That's all of them.
You're back. Do you have the key? Will you let me go? God bless you, outsider. I won't forget this. Outside the keep? So I must not be the only one who challenged Mihala. Perhaps Amalia will be more interested in my ideas about animancy. Thank you again. Take this. It's not much. But if I can further repay the favor in this life or the next, I will.
Let's try for this life. I'm honestly hoping my next life is far from here.
You know, I don't think I've ever seen so many books in one place. And to think Elder Grigor was going to hide them away from everyone. I just wish I wasn't traveling with a man who agreed with him. And the monks are hoarders. What's the point of a library if no one can check out the books? No matter. What's done is done. I had just hoped that Pargroon knowledge could help the Pargroonen. Well, that's all I have to say on the matter, I suppose. Unless there's something else you wish to discuss? How can I help, darling? Don't mind if I do.
Solace has a few old-fashioned ideas about animancy, to put it lightly. Thank you for letting Petru go free. Animancy is not a crime, but many feel entitled to treat it as one. Aren't we all? Whether or not Petru is successful as an animancer, he has a right to learn the art. And it's good to know someone out there is defending his rights. If I must.
Oh, you might know this, Marius.
I might.
How do you get dust stains out of your clothes?
Just wear clothes that won't be ruined by dust stains.
Wonderful advice for the future, dearie. However, I still have a dust stain on my pants.
Right. Grind up some bone slate, squeeze a few hemp flowers into it, and rub it into the stain like you're trying to start a fire.
I'm glad we arrived at a real answer, finally. Thank you, darling. You're a delight as always. Did someone teach you to fight? Or is every Robotyne?
Who are you, Spirit? The plague's corrupted the rest of us. The Steel Garrote. Our minds. Broken. I won't let it take me. I'll keep my sanity. You're... not real! You can't be. No! Go away, Spirit!
The trap cuts. The fox cries at the pain of the hare. The justice of the wild.
Go away! Oh, I know you're not real. I'll stop you if I must. My soul is mine. Mine! It will not be despoiled. What was that prayer Ludwig taught us to banish the visions? Fearsome Woodica, by your withering gaze, I bind this tricksome devil. Oh, God, it's still there. I see the canopy of a tree inside your soul. No! Stop looking at me! I don't want to see it!
I wish I could say he isn't too far gone, but we both know better.
No! No! My soul is my own! I want to live!
Sky, weapons ready.
Oh!
I was worried for a second.
least a volcano's easy to find.
It's the envoy. You're mine now.
Stand a chance!
Unseen, unheard.
Found you! You shouldn't be here.
I think we've lost him.
Steel Garrote did this. You can tell because the cowards ran away.
We won't let them get far.
Show yourself. Make the Inquisitor proud.
Another win, but who's counting?
You take lead.
Let's finish this. That was a close one.
Stop right now!
One for you!
Quiet as the devil.
Nothing stopping me!
Onward, keep it up!
From your right!
There's gotta be another way through.
The steel garrote left in a hurry. Either they were 2 steps ahead of us, or running for their lives.
Are these Pargrunen books? Like campfire reading? I wonder how the steel garrote got them. They've got Solace Keep circled on that map. Whatever this means, it isn't good.
I don't believe the keep is what they're after. Look at these books. They want the garden. Someone was researching the garden. But what's the connection? There's no obvious path from Solace.
Hang on. What if that path is under the keep? Somehow, I think the Pargrunen would be a lot more riled up if there was a death guard on a killing spree. Someone must have told Ludwig. Even amongst a tight-knit group like the Pargrunen, there's always someone with a price.
We can't allow the steel garrote to reach the garden. You are meant to go there, and we are meant to take you. No hesitation, no mercy, no regrets.
Reminds me of the good old days.
She defiles our ground. Murderer, she is near.
You will go no further. The garden is under our protection.
And who is going to stop? The time has come to take the garden.
Orders will never...
Yesterday, this island suffered in the grip of its own madness. Today, the living lands unites under one flag. One people. One law. One true God.
No! Never again!
Invaders in the garden! Don't be shy, envoy! So here you are. Sapadal coaxed you toward the garden, a spider luring a fly to the safety of the web.
Who spins? Who rides? She weaves a trap of steel.
Look at my paladins, envoy. Look what your god has done to us. I should have realized it sooner. The Dream Scourge is Sapadal's weapon. A cudgel to drive us out of the living lands. So was I. But Sapadal had other plans. What a pair we make, envoy. Proxies in a war between gods. Your patron versus my faith. A war that ends here and now. The choice is ours. Do we trust our own judgment? Or do we gamble it all on the monster whispering in your ear? You see what your god allows you to see. No matter where we turn, we find the consequences of Sapadal. Plague, blight, madness. The living lands hangs by a thread because mortals cannot live in the shadow of a god, much less one that's lost its mind.
I hate to say this, but she's got a point. Not that I trust her with the solution.
Use whatever brain is left in your skull. Mortals have been here for centuries. It's only gotten worse since you arrived.
You and I alone can save the living lands by destroying the unending madness that is Sapadal.
Listen, I don't agree with the Inquisitor on much else, but she's right about this. No matter who controls the living lands, Sapadal's a danger to everyone who lives here.
From her point of view, the answer is obvious. But consider what we know about Sapadal. Or, to be precise, what we don't know. The consequences we've seen are not Sapadal's true nature, but the projections of their tormented mind. Whatever we do, we'll at least put an end to their imprisonment. Nothing should live in a cage.
Our time is short. Choose.
Break the bars!
You know them best. If that's what you believe, I'll stand by you.
Hear that, you shambling old bag of bones? You decaying cesspit of nightmares?
I knew it might come to this. Sapadal has a stronger claim on you than we ever did. Still, I had hoped your wisdom would prevail, if not your loyalty. What a shame to destroy so much potential. She already knows. Don't you feel her eyes on you? Prepare yourself for the beyond.
Your days are numbered.
Coming from the rear.
Enemy to the right.
Got eyes on something.
To your left.
On your right. Gather round. Add-on, boys. Speed up. What's your flank?
Watch the left. Next one's mine.
You've got better aim than a sharpshooter, Giada. We got the Inquisitor. Feels too good to be true. This isn't the first time she's died. It might not be the last. I hate to say it, but whatever did that, whatever turned all those people into dream thralls, I think it was Sabadell. We've got to get you to the garden, whatever it takes.
Vipers in a knot. The venom drowns us. Save us, please. Touch the Adra. Feel our voice. Speak. We would speak to you. They stand outside our prison. We rattle the bars, they do not hear. We scream, they do not answer. Truth! Truth! We are in agony! They come, a surging flood of parasites. They destroy us bite by bite. We do not wish this, not again. They eat us alive. Out! Let us out! Set us free! There are always more. New steel treads upon the ashes of the old. The light stands in the midst, the old light. It blinds us. Send it away. It hurts. It has always hurt this way. And our pain spreads, and the rot spreads. The plague grows. Not lying, no. We did not remember. We feared your judgment. We did not want to remember. We were nothing once, and then We were. As we woke to the world, we reached out and we found them, the other gods. We thought they would love us, but they flinched from us like we were a flame. The charred queen called us an abomination. We tore chasms in the land and boiled its rivers to stop her magfolk, to save our people. How could we have known how fragile their bodies were? She hurt us, killed those who loved us. She wanted us gone, forgotten, destroyed utterly. She called us aberration. She named us monster before we even knew what we were. Yet she made it our sin. She who caged us. She who called us monster. We thrash and the affliction rises. We scream and the rot spreads. We did not intend to lie. Can the river not wash and drown? Can poison not cure the disease? They hurt us. We hurt them back. We hurt them again, again, again. We dreamed of green shoots, roses without thorns to prick. The vines of the past strangle us. Help us. We are alone. At last, gentleness, like the soft kiss of summer. We will make this better. We promise. Help us. Release us. Then the rot ends. We give you another sliver of our power, a piece of us. Do you accept? The parasites who trapped us left a door in the garden's wall. Reach it, and you can set us free. Let us aid you once more. We grant you our power. Find the wall of the valley across the acid sea. It cups our prison in its palm. It waits. We wait. Free us. End our suffering.
Your reputation is well deserved.
Ori in the brush!
What did you ask for my opinion? I'm glad you're in charge. This is all
Coming from your right!
He disturbs us! Ori in the brush! Power! Onward! Well struck!
That'll show him.
Unseen, unheard.
Right flank!
Nicely done. Quick as a fox.
I got it.
I'll fix this.
Right flank!
Speed up.
I was just getting warmed up.
Envoy? I've seen Mount Forgia erupt before, but never like that. It's like it was angry, like it was screaming in pain. I don't know what really happened, but I assume Sapadal was involved. Blessed gods. Is it too much to ask to just let us live our lives for a while? It's like they have nothing better to do. Anyway. You too.
I'm trying to remember the academic term for something that's driving me mad.
What does this hypothetical term describe?
What's the word for a soul that breaks apart, becomes two people, and then in life they are sworn enemies?
That sounds too specific to have its own term.
There has to be one, right?
I can't think of one. Oh, you could probably make up your own.
I couldn't just do that.
Why not? I do it all the time. Well, you could even parlay that into an entire field of research if you play your cards right.
Bugs. Always bugs. disgusting, but fascinating.
I will never complain about Maurice's laundry habits again.
Take your best shot. Coming from your right. On your right!
Careful, to the left!
Coming from your right! They won't get past me!
Watch your right! Come on! Come on!
Left leg!
To the right! Dodge this! Bravo!
keep is on high alert.
We need to leave
Good.
before all of the tusks
At
is
least they know how
flooded
to
with
plan
lava.
for a crisis.
And then what?
I don't like the way that lava is rising.
That's why none
He's not
Watch
the one
yourself
I'm
out,
worried
Lender.
about.
Sure,
Someone's
the
going
keep
to
was
have to
gone.
tell the outposts.
You know what that means. I knew it. The moment I saw that the deer and I knew it was a bad sign.
That was a damn strong blast. Felt it all the way over here
Everyone,
in Solace.
please, do not panic. Simply exit the keep, quickly and calmly, and...
Anything to report? Excellent work. Vengeance for the fallen. Thank you. This means more to me than you know. May they have better fortune on their next turn around the wheel. Somewhere far away from here would be a start. Well done. I will always have bugs to deal with, but at least they won't be hatching in such large numbers anymore. I'll be sure to pass on the word, Envoy.
Envoy! Gods beyond, who let you in here? Please, whatever it is, we are in crisis. I cannot help you.
We're minutes away from being overrun by lava flows. I have to get my people out. You must leave now!
I told you everything I know. The only way to the garden fell centuries ago.
Then find someone who can help us. We know the path is beneath the keep, and so do the steel garrote.
Be thankful you're talking to us rather than them. They were planning to storm the keep.
The steel garrote were marching on the keep? How? Why would they think the garden was beneath Solace? He's gone below to open the sluice gates. Nanru designed the gates to direct the lava flows away from the keep, but Forja hasn't awakened in centuries.
Could Kostya have told the steel garrote about another entrance to the garden?
No. If such a thing existed, I can't believe it. He wouldn't. I can't believe I didn't see this coming. I was a fool. I have failed my duties. Kostya. I knew he was making overtures, but I didn't think he'd go that far. The ambassador has not responded to Kostya's overtures, has he? I made sure of that when I threw the ambassador's replies in the forge fire. I understand how Kostya could be tempted by false notions of freedom and prosperity, but... Oh, this is entirely too much. How could he have done this? I can't believe Kostya handed the steel garrote a secret we protected for hundreds of years. Mayu. Who knows what he'll do with the sluice gates? He cares so little for the keep that I worry he's going to have us drowning in lava. I will. Abaddon stay my tongue if I betray him, but I will. I will show you where Kostya has gone. If you find that he's doing anything other than opening the gates that would protect our home from the lava, I would ask that you stop him. I do not wish to see him dead, but if he would risk the keep, then he risks our lives. I cannot suffer those who would harm us to live. Now I must return to the evacuation, and you must go on your way. Let's hope we don't need your wishes.
If your arrival is indeed a message from Nandru, I hope he remembers his people well. I hope he is proud of us. Go now, and go with the gods.
Outsider! That was a damn big explosion! I hope you don't mind if I shout a bit. I feel like it's impossible to hear anything over all this banging and quenching. Indeed, when they came down to tell us that we had outsiders about, I swore I misheard! I probably should have cleaned up the place. Seems like you know a thing or two. Good. We don't have to pretend it doesn't get smoky and loud in here. Some people see a dirty forge and think we're lazy. The Smith of Magrin knows that's far from the truth. I am Forge Master Della. Recently appointed, I should add. Old Master Tassa passed away, and the council appointed me. You know how things work. 1 minute you're being praised for your work, and the next, you're pulled into management. I suppose that's true. I'm not anyone's cousin or future in-law, so I can't think of any other reason. You came down here for a reason. What can I do for you? Is that Hobbiton's shiny beard? It is! Star metal! I've only had the pleasure of working with it a few times before. These days I work more with a quill than a hammer, but I think I can make an exception for this. And if the council doesn't like it, they can make someone else Forge Master. Oh, I'd be a happy man to be working the forge again. Oh, how I miss it! The heat of the flowing lava. The feeling of power as you shape metal to your liking. The rush of adrenaline when an errant spark lights your beard aflame. The burn of sore muscles that have worked the hammer for hours. The rhythmic tune the metal sings as you work it. What makes you say that? Oh, is it? Oh, no, never mind. Let's not get carried away, huh? Back to business. I could refine and sharpen the material into a sword, certainly. A simple enough ask once you know the secrets of star metal. Alternatively, there's something I've wanted to make since the last time I had my hands on this stuff. A star metal arquebus. Now that sounds like a proper challenge. Very good. This shouldn't take long. Let me show you why the council chose me to be master of this forge.
I wonder how this will turn out. There's so much we don't know about the properties of otherworldly metals.
It is done. I call it the Meteor Blade. Never before has anything I've crafted held such a wicked edge. You are most welcome, outsider. However, this material is unlike any other metal. It is superior in nearly every way, and an unmatched challenge to work. I want to see what else I could do with it. Bring me more fragments, and I can make you that arquebus I mentioned. Or, yes, perhaps I could further refine your meteor blade. Ah! If I knew where to find these shards, I would have done so already! What can I do for you?
They went through this door.
These fungal growths look like something I'd have scraped off the ship in my Navy days.
Much as I want to study the life forms around us, we shouldn't tarry. Good shooting, Kai.
Come on, we don't want to be down here when Kostya does whatever he's planning.
Voices silenced.
This whole place feels like it's gonna come apart.
Us, and we wound in return.
Take your best shot.
this night? When will the sun rise?
Protect the arms! Show me what you can!
Who's next? Anyone?
These bodies are still warm. Kostyuk must have passed by recently. We should move.
They're coming!
You're mine now!
That's one for us.
Think, just jump.
soul of my soul, how did you find me here? I have been here for so long. No one came looking. Nandru, you are blessed, my fellow Parkrunan said. But I did not come here to meet Sapadal. I am hiding from them. I remember it all. I feel Sapadal's mind beneath yours, swimming in the deep. You should run. That was the name they gave themselves. Stolen from the ancient souls, whose deaths gave rise to them, to us. We were little more than appendages to them. That is why I must ask you to destroy them. You have seen them, as I have. Memories of their ancient, chosen children. Rips in the fabric between the here and the beyond that allow the dreams of the dead to leak through. Memories of the Akida. People like you, or I, who loved Sapadal and were betrayed by them. This land was once a jungle, rich, alive. I saw it through their eyes. The people tried to look after themselves, to rely less on Sapadal. But to be relied upon was all their god desired. They felled a tree, and for that slight, Sapadal turned their world to ash, ignited the breath in their lungs, and made their people into dust. Sapadal burned the world, and the people who revered them suffered for it. So that I would be confronted every day with what our God had done. So that I would not grow weak and give in. So that I would not go to them and do what they have asked of you. So that I would never set them free. No, their final death came later. A gift to the Akida from the true gods, who wished to bring their children back to them. Back to her. The rightful queen, Wodiga. She is the center of everything. Anything that lives can be made dead. Even a soul comprised of 1,000,000 souls can be compelled to rot. The true gods have waited centuries to help us. You, my brother, who are more brave than I, go now to the garden and hang the gardener from their tree. You need only walk a little more. You are nearly at the end. You know, I always meant to die down here. To siphon my soul into a lonely pillar, disconnected from the stone that makes our world. Disconnected from them. I only hope that Sapadal releases you to the same long peace. do not know my end. In that I find a peace beyond any even the true gods can dream of. Do not thank me. Only do as I asked. Destroy them, brother. And when you see Wodika, tell her I said hello.
Strange. The phantasmal focus picked up something, but it's gone now.
You okay? You went away again, but this time seemed different.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Sluice gates ahead. Let's find Connors fast. Lava's high. We gotta hurry.
Good. You're here. Help me destroy this winch. We can't risk someone turning it and opening the gates. If the keep falls so that we might live, so be it. I figured you might have. Bloodthirsty. You people just can't help yourselves. Guilty as charged. I was the one guiding Dolna. Mihala's sin is that despite her preoccupation with traditions and oaths, she has no curiosity. I had all the time to figure out what books I needed to acquire for the Steel Garrote. Then I had Dolna, our young novice, steal them from the archives for the Steel Garrote. By the way, is that novice still alive? And what of the Steel Garrote? Should I assume they're all dead as well? And so you brought it back here? Among the wardens? It doesn't matter how it works. It was not present in the tusks until your people arrived. Oh, perhaps this is right. Another reason to destroy this place and go. This is how it should be. So long as the keep stands, my people are trapped here. Doomed by an oath to a dead man.
No one should be bound to a pile of stones. Certainly not because of a centuries-old oath.
Our people were nomads for ages until we built the keep. When it falls, we'll be free to explore the world again. I will not watch my people rot here for the sake of a pointless oath. Then my conviction only grows stronger, envoy. Nandru never wanted what was best for us. He built us a tomb and abandoned us to it. Do not speak his name to me as if it could mean anything to you.
A life for rubble, blood for the prison of old ways. We twine.
So be it. And you are so close. The entrance to the garden is just beyond this door. I always knew it would come to this.
This one's mine. Just like the good old days.
That's that. It's a magnificent keep. I just hope it doesn't become their prison.
Closer. We have waited so long.
I feel crazy saying this, but Kostya was right. We should have let Solace keep fall.
Crazy is one word for it. You really think you can just burn down someone's ancestral home?
Dearie, the keep isn't a home. It's a prison. And now the Pargrunen will never escape.
Solace is my home. I still don't get why any of you feel like you have a say in this.
But you left.
Because I chose to. Kostya doesn't get to make that decision for everybody.
If Kostya doesn't, Mihala will.
Exactly.
The Pargrunen have always had the choice to leave, and we've seen very few take it, dear.
Amalia and her people took up arms and turned to banditry, and they still weren't allowed to leave. If anything, I imagine Mihala and her traditionalists will only make it harder to leave now. You're right. There's no use in second-guessing it.
True. And you've a date with the gods soon. We can only hope that you'll make better decisions.
And that's not all. Not to spoil the moment with good news, but I doubt the rest of the island has been quiet while we've been looking for the garden. Things have only gotten more tense since Fior, and the Steel Garrote probably hasn't been doing us any favors on that front.
Especially when they're led by a woman who doesn't seem interested in staying dead. Not to mention, after we take care of the Envoy's little god problem, we'll still have an empire bearing down on us. Sweet of you to think the fighting will wait that long.
Can't say I'm too excited about just walking into the garden. I grew up learning I needed to protect that place, but it never felt like more than a children's tale to me.
I hear you. This island is weird enough when all we have to worry about are vengeful plants and soul-altering corruption.
Am I the only one who's looking forward to the garden? We're pioneers, stepping into the great unknown, a land of mystery.
We have to remember to love them in spite of their lack of proper enthusiasm, dearie.
Death is always certain. It's only a question of timing. I have a theory about the garden, or a warning, depending on how you want to look at it. Sapadal has been imprisoned a long time. The garden will be a reflection of their dreams, their nightmares, their madness.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw visions or hallucinations, and not even the fun kind. Anytime, darling.
Before we go any further, I have to ask you something. You told the Inquisitor that you intend to free Sapadal, set them loose upon the world. Is that still the plan? You're not the only one. Sapadal is responsible for the spiritual health of the living lands, and the island has suffered for it. No matter what the Inquisitor said, I don't believe there's a right or wrong choice to make here. Just the one you believe in. Putting an end to Sapadal's imprisonment, one way or another. Remember, we're stepping into a realm that is both physical and spiritual in nature. If you can call it nature. There's no telling how long we'll be gone. For all we know, time could run backwards in the garden.
Not a chance. We're a crew now, so you're stuck with me until the end. Marius?
I told you I'd be with you till the end. I don't go back on my promises. What about you, Giada?
You're not going into the garden without me. I have to see this with my own eyes. Yatsli, if you feel like running back to Quilici, now would be the time. No one would think less of you.
And tell Quilici that I missed out on the most exciting part.
And you don't have to. We pull together, and that's plenty.
I plan on wandering the garden whether I'm traveling with you or not. I have to find out what the big deal is.
Agreed. I'm not waiting in camp while the rest of you have all the fun. Hope to see you out there, Marius.
Well, let's go then. We can't keep your god waiting.
So, this is it. The spiritual epicenter of the living lands. Where it all began, and where it all ends. For so long, I have looked out on a horizon full of possibilities. Now that it's here, I'm too scared to breathe. Oh, why am I so anxious? I think that I'm juggling so many variables that it's impossible to focus on even one. Do you remember when Manto Pastor sent you after the heart of an Adragan? That was nothing compared to this. We are standing in the beating heart of the living lands. Just imagine what we can do with it. I almost turned my back on animancy. And if I'm being honest, it was a relief. But now that we're here, who am I to reject my upbringing, my potential? My parents were going to build a better world for animancers. That dream was their legacy to me. You and I have come farther than they did, to an impossible place where anything can happen. Anything. When you say it, I can almost believe it. I don't know what's going to happen, but you've had my back since the beginning. I won't forget it. You have an inquisitive mind. I respect that. If you ever feel your education is missing something, I'd be happy to teach you what I know. All you have to do is ask. Excellent. The Imperial Court taught you well, but I suspect there were gaps in what they call an education. If there's anything you've been dying to learn from an animancer, now is the time. Very well. Hold your questions to the end if you don't mind. Otherwise, I'll lose my train of thought. Now, let's begin. You, drifted off for a moment. Were you paying attention? Really? What's the last thing I said? Well, aren't you the clever one? No harm done, of course. I don't mind if you catch a few winks. Besides, a little nap is good for the soul. I slept through my share of lectures, and look how I turned out. That's all I have to teach you for now. I'll chime in if anything else comes to mind. Pleasant dreams. Kai, does the word Nemnok mean anything to you? Nemnok, the one who devours?
There were rumors of a cult in Deadfire that followed, Nemnok. Some kind of tyrannical monster.
Interesting. One of my books refers to Nemnok as a god. The immortal eater of worlds.
Right. That sounds wonderful.
Another book. Refers to them as an equal. imp. A tiny, foul-mouthed creature hurling insults.
Those sound like campfire stories. You can't believe everything you read.
Looks like a dead end.
Here it comes.
Enemy at your back!
That's not hitting hard. Watch the left.
That's done? Who's hungry? Don't see a better way down. You first. I'll be right behind you.
Envoy? Blacked out at that Audra and the lava tubes beneath Solace. But it seemed different somehow. Right. I actually believe you. This is madness, Envoy. You spoke to the founder of Solace. Well, that's not what I was expecting. People in Solace always claim they're speaking the word of Nandru. And here you are, actually hearing from the man. Doesn't even really matter what he said, if you ask me. There are hundreds of Pargrunan who'd give anything to hear Nandru's voice. Blessed day impressive is what that is. Envoy, what do you need? Pleasant dreams. Envoy, what do you need? Not before I've done some reading.
I must admit, I had my doubts about Solace. It was like a dungeon, except the wardens were the prisoners. You could have helped Kostya destroy the keep, but you left it standing. Why? I agree. A decision like this belongs to the community, not the ambitions of one man. Even if Solace isn't going anywhere, I think your arrival was a sign of changes to come. Wherever you go, you break people out of their habits. You banish the old ways. Or perhaps you don't give yourself enough. Wherever that power comes from, whether it's your heritage or political status, it's a terrible burden. I don't envy you, but at least you keep things interesting. Thanks for talking.
When you find Sapadal, I hope you tell him how much I love what they've done with this place. I'm a man of hidden depths. What's not to love about floating islands and a spectral tree? Besides, as divine prisons go, I can imagine much worse. True enough. Makes me wonder if confinement was the real goal, or simply the only option at the time. One thing's for sure, imprisonment has only riled Sapadal up. Judging from their outbursts at Mount Forja and Nakukubel, they haven't exactly taken this time to reflect and relax. Exactly. And what are the odds that centuries of imprisonment have improved their temper? Setting them free means gambling with the lives of everyone in the living lands. It's not worth it, but it's not my call. And I don't envy you having to deal with a loose cannon of a god. But I envy even less the mess you're going to have if, when, we escape this place. Lucky thing your emperor sent his best representative as his envoy, right? You'll have your work cut out for you. You may have averted the attack on Fjord, but this is one situation where it's the thought that counts. And yeah, I know that's on the Steel Garrote, but it's not lost on anyone that your people despise animancy. Not when Hilgard banned the practice in Paradise. That's mighty principled of you, but your moral stance isn't going to cool any tensions. Not if Hilgard's still bringing soldiers into Paradise by the shipload. That's not all. You helped Ludwig destroy Nakuku Bell. And while most people don't give a tarnished skate for godless ruins, they'll see that as a powerful demonstration of siege weaponry. One thing I've learned about war: strife and distance have a way of reducing nuance. All anyone else is gonna see is a threat display, on the doorstep of the Living Land's best cannoneers, no less. And then there's Solace. You might have saved the keep, but no one's gonna talk about the disaster that didn't happen. They're gonna talk about why Mount Forja erupted after all this time. I don't think anyone else is going to understand the indirectly. Fairly or not, a lot of blame's gonna be laid at Adir's door. And if I had to guess, I don't think Hilgard's been helping matters while you've been out here. If and when we get out of here, we're walking into a powder keg. And you'll have to choose a side. That's the part I don't envy. I admire your principles, but don't underestimate what they could demand of you. Look, I've been there. I fought for Rauatai's interest in the Deadfire for longer than I like to admit. And lost my stomach for it eventually. That's how I wound up here. But I will tell you now, I never could have fought my own brothers and sisters. I hope that's not what it comes down to. But I'll understand if that's a line you can't cross. I don't mean to burden you. It's late, and you've still got a god to face. Just know that whatever you choose, I'll fight alongside you. I'm with you to the end of this. Anytime. Good night, envoy.
Do you know anyone from the Handicult?
I know a lot of people, and just as many secrets. Why do you ask?
I was wondering what they think of our situation. Let me get this straight. You spoke to the spirit of Nandru, a godlike, same as you. What did he say? Any advice? Any words of encouragement? Oh. I take it that wasn't what you expected. I should have seen this coming. Never listen to the dead. They're cynical, full of regret, and determined to make us all miserable. Thankfully, you're still alive. Fate is in your hands. What happened to Nandru was ages ago. Plenty of time to reconsider one's choices. No one is closer to Sapodal than you are. Nandru lost that privilege when he died, which means you alone can judge the god of the living lands. Your opinion is the one that counts. A caged animal lashes out at friend and foe alike. For what it's worth, I think you're going to be fine. No matter what you do about Sapodal, it can't get any worse. I wish I could say the same for the living lands. Pleasant dreams.
Envoy, what do you need? If I must.
Oh, and that illusory blizzard to enter the domain. Genius. Had we stayed any longer, I think her illusions could have convinced us we had frostbite.
She built a frozen graveyard. She would have let her skeletons tear us apart. Doesn't any of that bother you?
Kai, you must understand. Archmagi don't see the world as you and I do.
I don't trust anyone who treats others' lives so callously. Just be careful, Yardsley.
Alright guys, I think we're going to leave it there for tonight. We'll be back to finish it off tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. If you've made it this far, go ahead and consider hitting that like
Mother's
button.
tongue is the best treatment for snaggage, if you ask me.
I didn't ask, but I'm glad you know so much about what to do